All right, on this episode of Bowks Talking Bouts, happy to be talking to an individual who's got an intriguing grappling contest going at 157. It takes place on May the 20th. We have Kade Ruotolo and Shinya Aoki getting out there into the one circle to test skills, and happy to be welcoming Shinya onto the show. How's Shinya's day going so far?
本日はインタビューありがとうございます。調子はいかがでしょうか？
調子は元気ですよ。大丈夫です。何も問題ないです。
I'm feeling good, no problems. Yeah, feeling good.
Yeah, and it seemed like he was feeling good after that Sexyama fight there. Seemed like no major injuries were sustained, and just competing a couple months after that fight. I guess it's a bit of a two-part question. Like, when did this contest kind of initially get on his radar, and also was it important to have a bit of a quick competitive turnaround here?
前回の秋山戦では、主な外傷が受けなかったようですね。1X 以来、2ヶ月弱経ち、再び試合に挑みますが、今回の試合はいつから注目されていますか？そして、これほど早い復帰戦は、どれほど重要だったのでしょうか？
いや、別に仕事来たらやるかなみたいなテンションで僕は変わらないです。
はい。I just feel like it's another job. Yeah, it's my duty to just get back at it.
And then just, touching on this quickly and then obviously directing it more to talking about the contest, like it seemed like there was a certain level of bad blood with Akiyama going into the fight. Is that bad blood in the past now after that 1X, thriller that those guys had?
続いて 1X を終えて秋山選手との敵意は、収まったのでしょうか？
別にそんなこと今話したわけじゃないんだよね。なんか過去のことだし、別に昔のことだし、なんだろうな、敵意があるって思ってるのが、なんだろうな、競技として見てるというか、芸事として見てないんであって、芸事ですからね。だから終わってどうこう思うことは多分ないと思いますよ、みんな。
That's the past. I don't really feel like talking about it right now. It's all part of the job, part of the game. I see it as part of the job. So I think that's in the past, and it's not exactly what everyone makes it out to be.
No, that's fair. And in talking about the present and also the future, I mean, your opponent, Kade Ruotolo, it seems like his welcoming into one championship has really got a lot of jiu-jitsu enthusiasts particularly excited. Like, in Shinya's estimation, what does he think Kade Ruotolo does well in terms of his skill set that he has?
今回の大会で対戦相手のケイド・ルートロについてなんですけれども、彼の印象はいかがでしょうか？
若くて、若い選手だし、やっぱり若い選手が出てくるっていうのは、正常というか、楽しいことだなと思いますから
ね。My impression of him is that he's a young athlete, and it only makes sense that they're putting out younger athletes, and I think it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and does this strike him as like a fun, stylistic matchup? Like, does Shinya see his skills interfacing well with Kade Ruotolo, where it would be, I guess, an enjoyable test as a martial artist, or is it more what he was talking about before, where it's like just the next job, as it were?
実力の面においては、このマッチアップについて、いかがでしょうか？
実力の面。
はい、自分の実力と相手の実力はどう組み合わせる、噛み合うというか、はい。
ちょっと質問難しくないですか、これ。実力。
Could you repeat the question one more time?
Oh, sure. I was just wondering if, like, the, I guess, skills of Kade Ruotolo is, like, I guess, enjoyable for Aoki on a martial artist, test your own skill kind of level, or is it more just the next job, and that's kind of how he's looking at it?
はい、少し質問変えますけれども、今回の試合は楽しみにしていますか？または、また仕事という感じでしょうか？
なんか仕事っていうと楽しみじゃないみたいな解釈されるのすごい尺なんだけど、 別に楽しいのがたまたま仕事の中で、仕事だったら辛くちゃいけないわけっていうのは多分ないと思うし、まあ別に全てのこと僕自分で納得して好きでやってますからね。
はい。I don't really like how it's really differentiated, as you said, between having fun and seeing it as a job. I do what I do because it's fun and it happens to be my job and I enjoy what I do.
Yeah, for sure. And I think he would enjoy, the fact that one has been pushing the submission grappling more lately. Like he was part of that submission grappling contest with Gary Tonin a while ago, but it seems like the growth is there as of late as far as like the number of bouts they're doing. Like how does Shinya feel about being part of that growth and just the submission grappling spotlight that one has given for the grappling?
はい。ワンチャンピオンシップは最近サブミッショングラップリングの試合を、推しています。青木選手はそれに関して、そしてその一部であることについてどう思いますか？
まあ今まで世界的に見てサブミッショングラップリングって苦戦したジャンルだと思うんですよ。厳しいジャンルだったんだけど、それがこうワンが挑戦チャレンジって言っていうのかな、もう一回自分たちの力を信じて、自分たちの作り手としての力を信じて勝負するっていうのは、いろんなところで何回も見てきた光景ではあるけど面白いし、僕はそういう気概が好きですけどね。
はい。Submission grappling has kind of struggled to make it to the mainstream as a sport, and it hasn't been receiving as much attention as it could. So the fact that one is taking the initiative to put it on the mainstream is something that's really exciting for me for sure.
And I'm kind of curious, like talking about the submission grappling and whatnot, but the previous contest was in MMA. Like I'm kind of curious, like what the rest of the calendar year would look like ideally, like in terms of total number of contests, and like would it be going back and forth between MMA and grappling? Like what would that look like if he had his way?
今年の残りの期間では、理想であれば何試合したいですか？それはグラップリングか、MMA 両方なのでしょうか？
いや、とにかく来た試合やっていきたいし、コンスタントに試合をしていきたいと思いますけどね。あればあるだけだけどね。
はい。I just want to continue competing as much as I can, whatever comes my way.
Yeah, for sure, and quite a great legacy of competing and everything like that. And I kind of wanted to put that in the context of a recent, conversation Chatri and Renzo Gracie had, where Renzo was saying that one championship's, production value is like on the same level as Pride, and just really was talking about Pride Fighting Championship highly. And I'm just curious, as someone who fought in Pride back in the day, like what are your thoughts on that characterization, just like the one championship production in relation to Pride?
チャトリ社長とヘンゾ・グレイシーの最近の会話で、ヘンゾ・グレイシーはワンのプロダクションはプライド同等であると語りました。当時プライドでも、試合を経験した選手としてその比較についてどう思いますか？
まあ同等というかもう超えてる部分はあると思いますけどね。
はい。I think in some ways it's actually surpassed, in my opinion.
I was going to say, does he have like a specific thing in his mind as to why it's on a, even higher level potentially, or just maybe not like a specific example of that? I'm just kind of curious because that's definitely high praise.
それはどういう部分で超えたのか、具体的に教えていただけますか？
やってる国だったり、まあ多分市場の規模みたいな話を、プライドって日本だけのものなんだけど、プライドよりも大きくなってるのは確かなんだと思うんです。
はい。I think the main would be the number of countries that are involved. Pride was kind of centered in Japan. One has athletes from different countries participating, and it's really on a global scale.
Yeah, absolutely. You love to see it for sure, but something else I was loving to see and also relates to our previous question about the submission grappling growth. 157 also has another submission grappling contest with Kade Ruotolo and Gary Tonin testing skills. And I also mentioned the familiarity competing with Tonin in the one circle. Like, how does he, I guess, see that other bout going? Kade Ruotolo versus Gary Tonin.
157でもう1試合行われるグラップリングマッチ、対両トロ対ギリトノのマッチアップについての感想をお聞かせください。トノとの試合経験があるため、この試合はどのように展開すると思いますか？
展開は分かんないの。結局2人の演者がやるもんじゃないですか、試合って。2人の演者がやるもんだから、2人がやってどう作るかっていうのはその日の体調とかその日の感覚によっても変わってくるものだから、また違った話になると思いますけど、ちょっと不確定な要素が多すぎて分かんないですね。
はい。I don't know how it'll end. I can't really say. That's up to those two and, their conditions and how they're feeling that particular day. So yeah, we'll just have to see how it ends up.
Yeah, for sure. And then I was seeing Shinya was previously aligned with a submission grappling contest with Gordon Ryan at one point. Obviously, that didn't pan out there. I'm wondering how high would the excitement level be for that particular contest should that get rebooked at some point down the line?
一度対戦予定だったゴードン・ライアンとのグラップリングマッチが、もう一度オファー来たらどう反応しますか？どう思いますか？
もうオファー来たらやるけど、多分来ないと思いますけどね。
はい。I mean, if it comes, I'll definitely do it, but I don't really think that's going to be happening.
I was going to say, why does he, think that's the case? Just because Gordon Ryan has talked so much about transitioning to mixed martial arts competition, or why would he think that bout wouldn't come to fruition?
それはなぜ来ないと思いますか？
だってあの時と状況も違うし、他にやる人がいっぱいいるでしょ。
はい。The situation has changed since then, and I'm sure he has plenty of other opponents that he would go against.
To that point, though, are there any one championship athletes that, Shinya is eyeballing as, future opponents that he would really like to test skills with, either in MMA or submission grappling?
ワンアスリートの中で MMA もしくはサブミッショングラップリングで対戦してみたい、他の選手などはいますか？
いないです。
I have none.
All right. Well, keeping it casual, right to the point and everything like that. So, yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of, great insights to be had all throughout, but I appreciate Shinya making the time and everything like that. Just curious if there's anything he might want to add as a parting thought as we're kind of wrapping up here.
本日はありがとうございました。他にコメントなどはありますでしょうか？ I'm assuming that is a no.
All right, well, getting right to the point, and that'll, imagine, will be the case 157 going down on May the 20th when Kade Ruotolo gets out into the one circle there against Shinya Aoki. And to reiterate, big thanks to Shinya for coming on the show, and really thanks to both of you for your time, and just enjoy the rest of your day there.
もう一度ありがとうございました。お疲れ様です。